Today's lesson involves modeling how to solve linear equations. I'm going to take you through a WebQuest that the students will complete while in the computer lab. Here's a look at the lesson plan here. The students will complete a WebQuest. The WebQuest will have them use virtual manipulatives to model how to solve linear equations. This is an 8th grade lesson. It should take one class period in the computer lab. And the sequence of activities. Like I said, we're going to meet in the computer lab. As they arrive, they're going to be asked to log on to our class website, and they'll be asked to click on the link that says WebQuest. Here's the class website page. Underneath the links right here, there is an option WebQuest modeling linear equations. The students will be asked to click on this. Here's a look at what the WebQuest looks like. Again, it's very self-explanatory. You have the introduction, you have the task, the process, you have the rubric here, and some conclusions, some final thoughts about the WebQuest itself. So we have been covering linear equations over the past week or so in previous lessons, algebraically. So now we're going to introduce them to a way of solving them using manipulatives online. Okay, after the introduction, students will be asked to click on the task, and the task will bring up this answer sheet. The answer sheet is going to be brought up, and what they can do is two options with this answer sheet. The answer sheet is nice because it breaks it down step by step by step by step. So it follows along with the process. So it's very, very easy for the students to follow along. Now this answer sheet, they can either, if they want to type it online and save it as a document, they could upload it to our class website, our class notebook page on the website. That's an option. Or they can just use the printed out version, as I stated earlier, and students, I'll accept either or. After the task was introduced and the students have the answer sheet, whether they use the online version or the paper version, that's fine. They'll be asked to click on the process. That process will pop up. We're going to complete part 1 together. They're going to right click here. It's going to open up a new tab because I want them to keep these tabs live so they can toggle back and forth. So once they right click here, open in a new tab, they're going to see a scale with bags and blocks on it. Here's what the scale looks like. So they'll be asked to set up equations. Again, with the answer sheet, it breaks it down step by step. So here's number 1, here's number 2, here's number 3, and they'll be asked to set up the equation. The bags stand for the x values, and the blocks stand for the 1 units. So for this one, it would be 3x plus 1 equals 2x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then it tells them step by step, take one block off from that side, take one from this side, take a bag from this side, take a bag from that side. So it's basically just solving the equation algebraically, but we're using these online manipulatives here. And there are 3 examples for the students to follow. Once we complete part 1 of the process, the students now are going to complete part 2 on their own. Again, they'll be asked to right click and open up this link on a new tab, and this is going to bring up a seesaw with bricks and unit blocks. So very similar to the example that we just did. And it tells them step by step again, click, create a problem, type in these numbers, you're going to get this equation, click continue, drag and drop. So it's very self-explanatory. Let me show you what that seesaw is going to look like. Here's the seesaw, and they'll be asked again to do step by step, add the x's, add the unit blocks, add the x's, add the unit blocks. click the continue and go on from there. This is part 2B. Again, they'll be working on this either independently, maybe working with a partner next to them on a adjacent computer. And this takes it to the next level because now they're going to start incorporating negative x values and also negative block values. So again, we have another right click here, and we're going to take a look at this model in a new window. So let's see what that looks like. So here we have some negative x values and negative 1 value. Here are the 4 different options here. Again, same process, they'll be asked to set up the equation. So negative 3x's, 1, 2, 3, and then your 5, 1 values here, and then your negative 1 also located at this red balloon here. They'll set it up, they'll click continue, and they'll solve the equation from there. Underneath the evaluation tab, located up here, there's also a rubric for the students to follow. So now the success criteria is clearly identified here, so that they'll know what's expected of them as they go on in order to receive a 1, a 2, a 3 in that particular row: completeness, accuracy, clarity, and presentation. I'll score this and use it as a formative assessment for them. As the class concludes, for homework, what I'll do is I'm going to mention the students have to go back onto the class website, and what I did was I created a blog here for the students to blog. So they'll click on the modeling how to solve linear equations day 1. Once they click on that blog, what I did here was I added a little comment. The comment I left was list any positive parts of today's lesson and maybe one challenge that they experienced. So this is an opportunity for me to kind of self-reflect on the lesson, see if the students enjoyed the lesson, and I'll be able to make my comments, post my comments as well as theirs, as they're commenting tonight about their lesson. So just a good way to reflect and hopefully either make adjustments for day 2 or continue on with this lesson on how to solve linear equations by modeling.